Hello Guitar Heroes and welcome to episode 3 of Clone Hero Lessons. Today we're going to be going over Zigzags and Chimney solos. Now zigzags are pretty much exactly what they sound like. It's where you are moving up and down the fretboard repeatedly. You'll see this in 3s, 4s, sometimes even 5s, but today we're mostly going to be talking about 3s, but these methods do apply to pretty much all of them. So the main good ways of doing zigzags, instead of hitting each note one at a time, you kind of just want to get your hand into a motion that you can just do it all in one twitch. So instead of going 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, you would just want to hold the 1 and then just kind of keep your hand in a single position that you can just like move it up and down, so that you're pushing down on red, pushing down on yellow, letting go of yellow, letting go of red, or whatever colors you're on. So that's the main one-handed way of doing it, is to just move your hand up and down, but while still holding on to the lower notes and then letting go as they come off. So this is what this will look like if you do it with one hand. So as you can see, you should never really take your finger off of a bass note because it just reduces the amount of effort you have to put into it. Now the second way of doing it is, I wouldn't really recommend it, but it is an option, and that is to, like going back to the triplets, you can use your strumming hand for the top note and then your fretting hand for the middle note. So you would just still hold green, and then you would push red, and then you would tap yellow, and then let go of the yellow, and then let go of the red. Like that. And this is what that would look like if you were to try this. Now that way might work in some situations, but for the most part you're better off just one-handing it. And if you can get your hand to twitch in the right way, you can actually go a lot faster than you would think. A lot faster than if you were to try and just hit each note like that. Now the third way, which is the fastest way again, is to share each zigzag alternating with your hands. So you would still hold the green like usual, and then you would go up and down as if you're doing one-handed, and then you would use your other hand and then go up and down with that, and then up and down with your left, up and down. Now this one's a little bit harder to get used to. I don't usually actually do that well on that part. But that's pretty much the way you would want to do it if you were trying to go really fast and you just wanted to hold one note and alternate going up and down. So moving past zigzags, so that's what triplets would look like. If you were to do 4s, I don't have any 4s lined up right here, but you could pretty much do the same thing. Just move your hand up and down, doing it that way. If you come across 5s where you're going all the way from green up to orange and back, then you could just one-hand it and just slide your hand up and down, or you could hold the green, go red, yellow, blue, and then use your other hand to come back down. And same goes for if you were if you see the patterns of 4 where you might go like green, red, blue, orange, blue, red, green. I actually really hate that pattern, but you could hold green and with one hand go red, blue, and then with the other one come back down, and just share the zigzag between alternating your hands. Now The next thing we're going to do is called Chimney solos. Now, this is on Soulless 3, so I think this will have to do for now. Now, a chimney solo is pretty weird. It's where it's kind of like a zigzag, but it's actually easier than it looks. Now, with a chimney solo, you're gonna go, say you would go green, red, green, just like a zigzag, and then just yellow, and then back to green, red, green, yellow. So it's kind of like a zigzag, except every other zigzag is only the higher note. And actually, there's a better song for this one. Let's try Soulless 1. So in Soulless 1, there's a pretty easy example, and as you can see on the screen, it goes 1 2 3 2 1 3, 1 2 3 2 1 3, and this is where it gets a lot harder to one-hand it, because if you're going 1 2 3 2 1 3 with that same hand, you're putting a lot of effort. You're putting just as much effort to hit the single yellow note as you would going red to yellow, and there's not as much time to do that. So the way you actually do chimney solos is with your fretting hand. You go just like before, just like a zigzag. You would hold down the green, go red, yellow, and then back to green, and then you would use your strumming hand to tap that yellow note, and this allows you to go quite a bit faster. So this is what it would look like. And you'd be surprised at how easy it is to go fast doing this. It looks a lot harder than it feels when you're actually keeping up with it. Alright, so that's what a chimney solo looks like. If you want to get a lot of practice on this kind of pattern, I recommend finding the song called Madness March 2. It's by Chimneys, and it's literally just chimney solos for the whole song, but it slowly gets faster and faster with a few descending triplets in the middle of them. But you could also practice your triplets doing that too. So yeah, just as it looks, you're just doing zigzags with one hand and then tapping with the other one. And for these parts, you want to do alternating descending triplets between your hands, if you could see what I was doing right there. Also to note, you're almost always going to be holding a bass note for these. Like for example, I'm holding down green this whole time right now. Now I'm holding down red. Now when I first started looking at zigzags and I was trying all different things, they looked a lot harder. But once I figured out this method, like, I can play things faster than I can see them now. So like right here, it just looks like a mess. I don't want to finish that. Now, there's another thing that's called reverse chimney solos, and that's where it starts to get really weird. So we're going to go back to Soulless 3 and find the section called Reverse Chimney Solos. Now this is, I'm going to slow this way down, but as you can imagine, it's just like a chimney solo, only backwards. And they look very similar, but they play a lot differently. So in the other one, you would just do a zigzag with one hand and tap it. But in this case, it doesn't quite work that way, because you won't be able to just hold yellow and then go down back to green and then back up to yellow and then let go. If you're trying to do it that way, you're just going to have to end up doing the whole thing one-handed. So the way that I figured out how to do it from watching other people is to look at it like it goes 3-2 and then 1, and then 2-3 and then 1, and then 3-2 and then 1, and then 2-3 and then 1. And so between the 3 2s and the 2 3s, you just alternate your hands. So right here at the start, I mean, you're always holding green. You're going to want to go yellow-red with your strumming hand, and then you want to go red-yellow with your fretting hand, and then you just want to alternate your hands between. So we're going to slow this way down. Down, up, down, up, down, up. So if you can't quite see what's going on, I'll try and slow it down even more. Okay, that's too slow. So that's pretty much the only way I can think of doing reverse chimney solos, and that one takes quite a bit of practice to get used to as well. So just remember, always hold down your bass note, then go 3-2, 2-3, 3-2. And there you have it. Let's see if I can do this. So I haven't quite mastered this method in the high speeds yet. So that is Zigzags and Chimney solos. I hope some of you got something out of this, and let me know if there's any other patterns or songs that you want me to cover. And I think that covers it. So thanks for watching.